technical issues almost won the day, but I succeeded. What happened? I didn't think I was going to succeed that battle, but I did. Kachiga. Sweet. Yeah, so how's it going, everybody? And there we go, America. Isn't it though? Not very many folks come around here. I took a hiatus there for a while. I could show myself, but I kind of don't feel like it at the moment. And I don't have picture in picture. How's your night going, my friend? What is it? That would be the winner. Meow. Meow. Juno. Oh, I'm not doing too bad, my friend. The only other person I actually talk coins with really is at work, being a butthole. So I ain't got nothing to do. So it's cool to meet you, to be honest. Or else I would be sitting here by myself, listening to music all quiet like. So I'll show you where this one shows the issues the most. So the most would be the niner. Let's go about here. Change a little bit of the lighting issue. I want you this way. So if I get this in the right position and then let my pixels adjust themselves, and then play with the outside lighting to get it to go away. We got this little hump on the 9 back. Oh, shenanigans. This little bump on the 9 over here on the, we'll call that 10 o'clock. Let go. Oh, shenanigans. My apologies. I caught the cord. Yeah. Mm. Well, that's not the only spot because this T kind of looks like a corn dog over yonder. Oh yeah, no, that little hump on the 9, yeah, that wasn't the doubling area. No, there's a spot on the inner part of the 9, but this little corn dog T is one of the issues because this spot here on the left hand arm, it's a bit longer than it should be. And oh, that's right, I can't mess with that anymore. That's a bummer. I might have to unplug this scope from the computer so I can have more accessibility. Then I would have to show you what I see via the phone, and I'll show you what I mean by that. When I have the scope, which is here, plugged into computer down there, it runs to this, which is us, but it takes away all my extra controls that I'm able to do my remote. So I lose the ability to do my lighting, my inverted color, literally everything. But if I unplug it from this little piece and just let it run just solely off of power and HDMI to the TV, I can control everything with this. And I'll just have to show you via TV. And it would be probably 100 times clearer and more efficient. Let me make this screen big again so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's why I don't have that screen big, because I can't see what you say if I do that. And then where is this on the G? Nope, W. So it's got a minor spot that comes out the back of the D. It's a very small spot, but it's, I would say, 3/4 of the way to the top. It has a little hump that sticks out the back that shouldn't belong, and the line that goes through it. It's not a very significant spot. It was just adding to the tally. The good spot is the left arm of this W. Because the right arm I know is well, I'll call that series doubling. It's a piece that is doubled more often than not. Right here on the right hand side, that bulge. But the bulge on the left hand side is not one that I would call a series double. It's not super significant, but it bows out a wee bit. And that has the line right here at the top of the E. I can play with that a bit, and you'll see that it's not going nowhere with how I play with it, because that line that goes up the top of that bar is a legit one. We'll flip it over, see what happens. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I decided to make an actual business investment, and it's a $300 scope, but all of the microscopes that everybody in the community has, on average, is a 2 megapixel scope. That has the B sharp a little bit extra with the fattiness. They have 2 megapixels. You can get the decent ones that have 5, which is this one right here. Which isn't horrible, I guess. It looks like this. Less workspace though. So in order to change your scope range, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And you have to be as close as Time Traveler. Shit. All right, that could be an issue. We're gonna hope it's not. It doesn't like it when I use my scope. It just mutes shit. I'm sorry. Oh, wrong one. Right one. You gotta be way close to the coin. Let's see what it looks like under that one. And things look a little different. I like this 5 megapixel scope. It's a Mustcam 5 megapixel true resolution. It's got its problems, but overall, rather quality, clear scope if you get your shit set up correctly. And it even shows it a little bit different than the scope I have now, which is a good thing if you can get past the working conditions. It's like getting a half-ass shovel. But once you figure it out, it does great. So there's the line that goes up the 9. And that little hump's not what I'm talking about doubling. The little hump down here is what I'm talking about with the doubling. And there is a crease that goes through the center. I just don't know if I'm able to get it to show under these resolution conditions. And get back here, S, you butthole. Oh, that'll never show. Okay. Let's find the W again. See what the T looks like under this scope. I haven't played with this all that much yet. Uh, Sorry, when you're zoomed in this close under the little scope, drastic movements for something so small. So there's a split at the right and left of this W. The one on the right, I think, is more often than not series doubling, but this little chunk right here that branches off, I wish I had a laser pointer that would show it better. But it's not at the tip of the device. It's like 3/4 of the way up the W. Sorry, it's not clear enough yet. There. Oh, unfreeze. There you go. Right here. It's a weird place for it. I agree. But I'm sure that that is an anomaly that should not be. And that's just anomaly 1. I wish I could get the inside of this G to show with 720 resolution. Because my scope should be at 2590, but StreamYard restricts you down to 720. What do you mean all the way around? If we're talking about the W, it's because I think one side is a series doubling issue, because I can show you every coin ever that has that, or in the 50s, we'll say, that has that stupid little thing on the right, but none of the little thingy on the left. But nonetheless, here is DDO001 for the Jefferson Nickel. Same year, same proof set. And where's the S? Because it's the easiest place to show shit. I know I'm still using this scope. It's harder to work with. Yeah, screw that scope. We're going back to this one. Working conditions are tough. And success. Get out of my way. And Kajiga. So much more fluid. So much more fluid. Now I just gotta get the lighting fixed up. And this has the split at that S. Right, Mounder. See if we can get a little closer and get stay clear. And do big. There we go. And then the dye markers for the Proof 54 DDO is all of these here. Where's your breastplate, you turd? There it is. Much better. These dye scratches across his collar. So they are all of those. The ones that all go the same direction. Right there. But I have to double check and make sure that they still attribute this one because I was looking on. What was I looking on today? I was looking on something and I couldn't find it in PCGS. But I know for a fact that that's where I saw it originally. With the dye markers, which is fucked up. Let's see. I'm just showing varieties for fun. Let's do this. Here is the Jansco album. Man down. This up. Oh, this stream. So that's not a big deal, man. I'm either loved or hated by people, so I'll never be a. Oh yeah, the 54 proof. Yeah, it's not a very strong one, but when it comes to varieties that are findable in this day and age, that's about what we got. And that's why I hunt proof coins specifically, because most of the world despises hunting them for varieties, which I think is real sweet. Like, this would be easier if I didn't break my little ring light the other day. Yeah, proofs are what I hunt more often than not because I feel because people hate them. There's findable stuff. Get out of my way, you. Yeah, now I can do it. And RPM 001, the only one PCGS cares about. Ooh. Ooh. What happened? There's the not proof. The only one PCGS will grade for the 58 Denver, unfortunately. And then, move your ass, cordage. Snare. Show up. No. Boo. This thing is the most gorgeous effing color in the world. And I wish in any possible way it showed almost how beautiful this was. It came out of an uncirculated roll that was just ridiculous. And one, there's a small date. I found that one in the wild. And then over one, my 70S is the RPM 0. Potentially the 58. I got to see if PCGS will attribute this one, even though I'm probably going to go to NGC anyway. Because this I pulled out of a mint set, so it is, I would give it a 66 red. We're very close, so the chatter looks really bad, as you can imagine. But her fields are really, really, really proof-like. Oddly enough, every once in a while, those mint cellos look great. Well, the ones I'm submitting are, that's a different file. That's gonna be this one. Sorry, I had to readjust back from album setting to normal point setting. So I found one of the rainbows. And let me pull that back out after I look at this, because that could be something just in between the page and the Damsco. And this one has, unfortunately, a variety, but not one any of the graders care about. Doubles there. Has the butt crack in the W, as you would hope to see, because you can't get a butt crack on machine doubling. Right there in the shade, there be a butt crack. Mm. Right there. Little butt crack. And then, on top of the little butt crack, the date. Oh, and the 7. And let me do this because there's no reason for that. Rolling. And there's definitely an RPM, even though I know the 70 has a lot of that chatter on the bottom loop. And I know this because it's my favorite date. I'm pretty sure that that second bar that goes up top in there is no bueno. This is going for cheesy. Um, as soon as I have a batch that I sent out, uh, I think before Thanksgiving, that should be here any damn day now. That had two SMS, two 1967 SMS Kennedys. One I can guarantee a 68 decam. The other one, 67 decam, or no, yeah, 67 decam. If I'm getting horrible luck, it'll get a 67 cameo. And if I'm getting great luck, it'll get another 68 decam. And then I also sent in 66 SMS Roosevelt with the 5 on the cheek. But I didn't send that in for attribution yet. I just sent that in for grading first because I think it will get a 67 cameo and it will be the only one graded such. So it'll be a pop 1 of 1 according to Robert Lawson, who is the finder. And that variety was just placed in the CPG. So Bill Fivas just said it had enough character and was placed into the Cherry Picker's Guide. But because it had so much controversy for so long, PCGS said, no, we don't care. We're not going to grade it anyway. And Bill said, F you. So I'm making sure that as soon as it's graded, it goes into Bill Fivas' hands personally, and he gets to use it, like that specimen itself, to fight PCGS with. Yeah, because PCGS told him no, like, no, we don't care what you say. It's had so much fucking blah 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 blah. We're not gonna attribute it still, even though it has an FS number. We don't care. And Bill went for say what happened. So I got in touch with somebody who's friends with him, and I asked him if he wanted to use my coin to go battle PCGS a little bit, and he said that would be awesome. Thank you very much. So yeah, I sent one, and that one has been verified by Robert and Dustin Morgan and all that. This is FS 501, unattributed. You can tell by the die scratch in the D. And the one that follows the M on the diagonal bar, as well as somewhere right here it has diagonal ones, but they're not very strong yet in this die stage. And then it has the little tiny notch bottom left, as well as just a lot of weird chatter inside because this is an overmint mark. This is the FS 501 S over D. And in the Cherry Picker's Guide, the MS66, it says it's about $350. So I'm sending this back to put it on the label because it's an MS66. So I'm just going to send it back and say, hey, attribute this for me for $15, please. And it's got some reasonable toning. That should be a decent one. No, just because I think it's a deep cameo. In no way, shape, or form do I have my grading lights on right now, so it can't be fully judged based on the frostiness that shows. But even then, even with the horrible not grading light above me, it's not too bad looking still. Yeah, the Kennedys I'm excited for because I snagged one raw and it's the most it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. If you have Instagram, Stearns Coin Sales, all one word, no caps in between anything. And Silverman's Varieties. So yeah, I bought this one because I knew it. I knew it immediately. This is one of the years that I set forth in search of particularly, and it took me a while to get one. And I had a couple purchases that were mistaken purchases, we'll say. So I ended up with this one, which does not have what I thought, but has something uniquely different that I have questions about and still need to talk to important people over. So I don't know about you. Have you ever seen a Roosevelt Bugs Bunny before? And I'll put this under the other scope because it's easier with the lighting issue under that one. But have you ever seen a Roosevelt where his lip does that? Because I ain't never seen a Roosevelt Bugs Bunny before. And that is super interesting. What happened? I don't think it looks like back marks either. And I'll watch. I'll put it under the scope that has the more harsh lighting, so you can see how distinct it is when all the mushiness goes away because of the brightness. Watch. It's pretty. I've asked a few people, depending on their attitude on new varieties being a possibility, is basically just dictates the answer I get back. If it's somebody who doesn't think that new varieties are a thing because everything's been looked at for then no, it's not a variety. But if the other way, then they're like, oh man, that's the most interesting thing I've seen in a long time because it looks just like a damn. Let's get a little closer. And I looked at the overlay, and the overlay it doesn't match if it was a straight up and down reverse clash. But if you turn the reverse a little bit clockwise, and I mean a little bit, less than 15%, uh, and without even like doing any offsetting, it puts a piece of the plant right there. There we go. And yeah, Roosevelt Bugs Bunny. Never thought I'd see one. Oh, so if you're a numismatist and you like to come back, that means that this. I got in a fight over this set right here recently on eBay. So much so that I didn't want to deal with him trying to like flag my account because I just had an issue getting one back for no kind of reason whatsoever. And I took it down. Oh, you gotta get that one. Here it is. Kick move, camera. So yeah, I know that these should not exist based on popular opinion. Based on if you try to look up anything about them. But then you see things like this. 1983 Philadelphia uncirculated mint set in cellophane. In the back, selected and packaged for Coins Magazine, Numismatic News, and Coin Prices, Iola, Wisconsin. These were selected and packaged by the mint for specific subscription holders for magazines. These weren't secondhand. These were absolutely 100% off the conveyor, just like all the other mint sets you ever get. They don't have numbers on them whatsoever, which is unfortunate. Hold on. All right, there's the other half is in here too somewhere. Here it is. And it wasn't like the souvenir sets that they made, which came in the blue envelope and you had to go buy at the mint specifically. These came with both in. And both have the same selected and packaged for Coins Magazine, Numismatic News, Iola, Wisconsin. This dude argued with me and said because he was a dealer and had been a dealer for 10 years and had never seen them, that I needed to take them down because that was not packaged by the mint. It was third party this and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, dude, they're not third party. I took a picture of the a close up of the back of the token for him, and I was like, here, if you want to do some research, here's the token, and I sent him a picture. I don't need to see no fucking token. I've been a dealer for 20 years, and unless you can show me actual documentation, I don't believe shit. And I was like, dude, that's not my problem. Then I tried to be the nice guy here and just go out of the way and take extra pictures for you, even though you weren't even interested in buying it. You were just trying to be a dick. And then he wasn't having it. So in the argument, it made me look at my set a little bit. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll scope them out a little bit. Oh, it's not this one. It's this one. And I'm glad I did. Because here's the Kennedy on when this is. Which one's blue? Philly? Yeah. Oh, sorry. And there it is. God, let me just back up a lot because that was getting ridiculous. Super Clash. Like super duper uber clash. So he punched him in the face, zippered up his lip a little bit, clashed his neck here and here. What happened? Right. This one is on Mad Die Clash. It's one of the very first ones that pop up. It's not one of the like super common ones because I think it was found in the early runs, such as the mint set run would be, because I'm pretty sure that they do that. Like, I think it's the first run they run into the room in the bins and then they put them in the cellos because that's the only way I think you can be able to say what they do, which is like on the 70S RPM 001. That is basically only found in mint sets because of that exact reason. Yeah, I thought so too. And it's not just the Clash. Well, the reason I decided to keep it is that this nickel, one of these nickels made me decide that I couldn't sell this on eBay. So I immediately pulled it down, even though it had been up there for like a week and a half at 150 bucks and nobody was diving on it except for that one dude making arguments. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I won't twist people's arm. I'll pull it down. And then I started looking, and this is fatty lettering. They beat the shit out of these dies. Look at that. That's no longer an F. It's a blob and an S. And I don't think that's the only reason. Oh, wait, no, yeah, this is had legit something here. I remember very clearly. Something more than just fattiness was on here, even though that's like ridiculous. Or was it the dime? I don't know. Let's just have fun here. Let's take this journey together. That looks a little bit interesting. God, they beat these guys to shit in '83. It's just a few die lines, no big deal. And that Y looks a bit interesting. Liberty? Okay. On the nickel or the dime? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Look at these die scratches. It's insane. The nickel's probably worse, to be honest, if I go to the nickel. It's insane how bad they beat these down. But all of them, you can see they go under the devices just like they should to be yep, just like it should to be die scratches. Yeah, they fucking annihilate the. Let's see what the other side looks like because I imagine it's 1,000 times worse. Oh god. Oh yeah. They didn't dig into that very much at all. Nah, not even a little bit. Who gave the dude the drill to fucking clean the dies off? That's just ridiculous. Yeah, there's still no step. There's not even one step. It's like they used marshmallow letters for all the dies this on this one. Like it's crazy. Oh, why is this here? I'm scoping that. This doesn't need to be up here. Wasting space. And the dime's not any better. Look at that firework behind it. Oh, that looks pretty gnarly though. Those are a little bit balloonish. What happened? Huh. This is pretty gnarly. It's kind of interesting down here towards the south, especially on this here little Balski. Not seeing what I want to though. Other than just fat shit dies. But it is an 83, and it's a Philly. Let's see if we got the DDR, because that would just make me poop a little. Come on, let's see that E. Nope, it's not. That's just a normal E. Man can hope. So, I didn't mean to look at that for that long. Got a bunch of 64 proof sets for sale. I'm like 85% sure I'm owner number 2, if these have an actual Coinfax, like a Carfax. So they haven't been tossed around by a million people, which is really nice. Oh, of course, man. Dude, that's my favorite thing to do. And this is basically all I do is coins. I'm trying to make it my career. Uh, this is where I would like to retire. To be honest, I want to do coins in any way I can for as long as I can, and then I want to retire by going around to elementary schools or schools as you know in the what are they called, the gymnasium, and do fucking uh, presentations of the kinds of cool coins you can find back in the day. Because I found probably easily 50,000 canceled quarter waffle planchets one time when I was like 18. Uh, Funny story, long story. They were in a trailer that I was unloading for work, but they were in between the two walls of the trailer, like outer wall, inner wall, 6-inch gap for about 6 inches deep, all 6 inches wide for all 53 feet, or yeah, 53 feet on one side, 7 feet around the back, and 53 feet up the other side were canceled state quarter planchets. BU, just thousands of them. I thought because they were crushed, they were useless. I only have one left, bro. I only kept like 15 of them because I thought they were useless. I thought they were worthless. I literally had 3 days alone with this trailer that was spilling out thousands of these quarters. But because I didn't think they were worth anything, I left them there. I had my hands on $1 million and I let it go because I wasn't aware of what old money or canceled money was worth. And I will never let that shit happen again because I had my hands on $1 million and I literally let it go. Somewhere in America, there's a trailer floating around with a fucking $1 million of canceled quarter waffle planchets spilling out the sides of a hole in the trailer. Not like on the street because the hole was on the inside, but dude, somebody poked a hole with a forklift on accident. It's like, wasn't my crew. Just pouring, dude, pouring. I was grabbing handfuls and throwing them at people for like 3 days. I ended up keeping like 4 throughout the last 10 years because I'm 32 now. I did that when I was 17. Yeah, yeah, I'll never say that again. I'll never even almost be lucky enough to have a hint of catching something like that again. I have one of them. I have one left, and it's my one keepsake that I keep as a bad regret. I ended up selling 2 of them, so I think I made fucking $30 on something that I could have legit been a millionaire. I think because at $30 a piece, dude, there was thousands. There was thousands of them, and especially if they like put them in there in between the walls, put together waffle status, like clamped all back to back to back. I don't even know how many you could have fit in there with that much. Holy sheep shit, Batman. So yeah, if you hear a truck jingling, if you're a warehouse worker at all, look into it. I don't know if it was a one-time deal or if the government is having a contract to get rid of their planchets that they can't reuse and helping weigh down empty trailers. Because that would make sense to me if the government was like, "Hey, we got all this metal we don't want to pay to re fuck with in any way, but we also don't want the civilization population to have it because it would take away a lot of unaccounted for money. So let's help weigh down some of these trailers that blow over in Wyoming all goddamn day, and let's hide some of our dunnips that we don't want no more." That makes sense to me, especially because our government is retarded, and they would do something like that because they're retarded. I'm a Colorado native. And because Dan Carr is stationed in Colorado, these show up at pawn shops more often than they show up at LCSs. Yeah, Dan Carr is cool. If you're anywhere near the Mile High City, once a year, from what I heard from Kittle, if you don't know who Michael Kittle is, look up Michael Kittle. You won't regret it. He's a cool dude. And he's also a numismatic lawyer. If ever you wanted to sell stuff and become a dealer, he can tell you literally everything you can and should use. Oh yeah, you're in northern Michigan even. You're damn near a hoser. What you doing up there, Holmes? All I have to say though, all I have to say, fuck the Red Wings. That's the only negative I gotta say about Michigan. I bleed blue and burgundy. I miss when we were actually rivals. Now our rivals are the fucking Blackhawks. Goddamn useless ass team, Blackhawks. But still, every every Red Wings game, or no, every hockey game I go to actually, uh, when the announcer goes, "There's 1 minute remaining in the period," I like to immediately yell, "And the Red Wings still suck." And now I hear people doing it at games that I don't even know, and it makes me feel good. There's 1 minute remaining, and the Red Wings still suck. Yeah, I miss hockey. I'm starting to miss people I hate. Here's an album I'm proud of. Since we're on my backup channel, and I highly doubt anybody else is going to be showing up because it's my backup channel, and I don't know how many people even know that this thing exists. I like hockey and mainly just hockey. I have the same name as the commissioner of basketball, and I despise the sport with a fiery passion. Uh, I played ice hockey as a kid, but that's not the reason I'm biased. Hockey is the only sport where the teams line up at the end and fucking shake hands still. the only sport in the world where teams line up at the end and fucking show camaraderie. That is disturbing. It blows my fucking mind. Well, that's have you ever seen Alone in the Wilderness with Dick Prenneke? It's a life changing documentary if you've never seen it. And for you especially, it's probably not a life changing documentary, but one you would really benefit from watching. He's made two of them. Well, he did make two of them. Yeah, the old dude who decided when he was like 40 something to go to Twin Lakes, Alaska and build a cabin from scratch and take nothing but like tool heads and whittle his own handles and build everything from fucking the ground, from carrying buckets of gravel all the way up. Yeah, it's called Alone in the Wilderness with Dick Prenneke. And there's a one and a two, and it's just about one dude takes a wind up camera, goes to Twin Lakes, Alaska, narrates it all himself. Fucking oh man, that documentary literally changed my life when I was a teenager. Oddly enough, it came on during the Super Bowl, and I watched it instead of the Super Bowl that year, and that was the first time I watched it. Huh? Coincidental. Now this is all I do, bro. Coins now, since I almost died with appendectomy, and then COVID took away my job. This is what I do all day. I'm hoping to either I'd like to convince LCSs to let me come in and cherry pick their stock and then send it in for submissions and then get a commission off of the extra income made. So if I can convince a surplus or even a handful of LCSs to let me come in once a week for one entire day and just have free reign to cherry pick the shit out of everything they got, send it in, and I only take payment on the increased profit margin made. And that way it's commission based 100%. And I think once I get a little bit more known and a couple of variety slabs stacked up into the belt, I don't think that's going to be as hard as it could be. Oh, light down. And that. Yeah, I got a bunch of hats actually that I'm going to go get embroidered with. It's literally just going to say "I buy coins" because the best word of mouth possible is that one fucking sentence. And I'm kind of a tall dude, so me billboarding that around town, not a bad idea. So this is at least overdate. It is the three at bare minimum is doubled. 1 second, I'll show you after I find. Oh, cool. That 98's a variety too. Check it out. This button. Inside the 9, we have a line that shouldn't exist. Yeah, I'm 6'3", 6'4" as well. It's not what I was looking for, but that's cool to know. Because here is the 3. I don't know what they used to conserve or clean this coin with back in the day, I'm assuming it was straight charcoal. Because only in the weird crevices of everything on this completely uncirculated coin with full diamond, full pearl necklace is black. Obverse and reverse. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, just like that right there. Yeah. I have no idea what the old timers were using. But it wasn't good. It did not do what they were trying to do. Oh, here's the one I just got back recently because I had it out of the buddies. Ooh, I don't know if that's Longacre or not. That seems pretty one side specific, which is not normally a Longacre thing. Hmm. Never looked at this that way before. 50D, where are we going here? So what coin was that? Oh, it's a flip D on the three. So imagine a three. And D. Liberty. And then I went to the 400, which I either this one's replated and they did an insanely good job, or it's a double die and it splits up the ribbon there, and then all of my devices show lines right in the center. There's a mouse in my heater vent. I can't make it up here because it goes straight down like 4 feet, but I can hear it and it's gonna bug the crap out of me. Look at the three on the 03, okay. Yeah. That's the 04, which means this will be the 03. Gotta turn it out. This is the one that I'm saying repunched, at least repunched three. Yeah. This I call it an overdate because I think it's just the three that shows super distinct anything. I don't know. I got a little bit down there below the one I suppose possibly. But yeah, the three at least. Repunch three for sure. Because that piece down there at the base, that ain't normal. And the other coin I'm reasonably proud of. And was basically my first estate sale purchase. It was the only coin they had there. This one also looks to be a little bit of a variety because that top of the three was a bit extra. have the 1888 FS 303, which is super tight because it's my area code. The 3-part, yeah, I think this part here that is yeah, it's just top inner ball. Just that one spot is all I see is right there. Oh no, I guess there's a little spike sticking out of the base or the right below the crest in the center. Sorry for the movement. Sorry for the movement, damn it. Get your shit together, soldier. There. There's a little Kachiga. It shouldn't be Kachiga in out of that bottom loop. And I am confident in that answer. Even with all my jackass movement. Yeah, right there. Oh, there, yeah. Yeah, the hump that sticks out the bottom loop, yeah. We'll stay this close. That's gonna be 3. Come on, bro. Sorry, it's hard to hit the album. I don't know if I can get closer. Oh yeah, I can get closer. Not much. One little. Yes, most certainly raced. If I can keep this still, we'll do the light play. Yep, yep, yep. There we go. Sorry, I feel like the cone right now. What was that? What else would be fun to show? What were we? Oh, this needs to be up here for that to show, right? Kachiga. Cherry picked proof Indian. Square denticles. If I pull it out of the rim or the clip, you can see how square the rim truly is. But then be some square denty cows. Yeah, she's proof. I have verified this one with a few dealers, and I spent like 6 months learning how to designate the difference between a business and a proof Indian. Trick is it's the rim. It's all the rim. Every little bit of it is the rim. It might get uh, impaired proof. I don't really care if I were to grade it because of that little part right here, right there. But I don't care. It's still proof Indian. I'm sure of it. And that was my goal for last year was to cherry pick a proof Indian. My goal for this year is to cherry pick a proof Merc or a proof Buffalo. I mean, I wouldn't mind a proof Walker. I did recently learn how to tell that difference, and that one is not all the rim. That one is a lot to the feathers of the bird. I bought this because I feel that it. Yeah, just so. I didn't know about the whole 1881S scenario when I bought this. I bought it due to its PL properties. That is one frosty bird. And then I did all my reading. Yeah. If I do it, it's going to be an annex coin. That's an annex coin, if anything, because that's going to stay with me and annex for their $10. And I prefer annex slabs. If other companies learned this whole trick, I would pay them more. Because when you have your coins in a box and all you can see is the top little section, you can still see what coin you have without pulling out your slab every time just to see it. And that is something that the other companies need to pay attention to because this is beautiful. I love that. When you do this, you can still see what you got. So you don't have to pull your coin out and scratch your slabs every time just to fucking see what you're looking at. And I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a few that I need to grade just to preserve. This box actually has a few of them. I have my most expensive porter. There it is. So even with the fingerprint, I give this an AU 58. And I surveyed a few before I gave it the grade myself, and they all agreed. That makes this a fucking like $500 quarter. Because the 36 Denver is a conditional rarity that gets more expensive than the 32D. In uncirculated grades, the 36 Denver is the most expensive Washington quarter. Most people don't know that. Only in uncirculated grades, though. It doesn't pass the 32D until MS60. But once you hit uncirculated, this coin jumps up past it immediately. What coin's a $500 Lincoln? I imagine it's a 22 no D or 14D or no, those would be my two guesses. Well, what year? What year do you got? I found this today. Can't find anything on it. It's another one of those. I call them bless your heart coins because there's not been a variety found like the one I think I'm seeing which means anybody you talk to is going to say, "Oh, bless your heart, you think you know stuff." But I direct your attention to, I would say, directly above the 7 at about the noon, just directly above. I'll try to put this. Where is that going to work the best? I think it's an S over S. So I think there is another S. Unplug. Right here. So it loops this way. I can get it to show a lot more than this. I just wanted you to see where it was. So now that when I move it live, it's not for no reason. Everything. Thank you. This is my I would say by default my favorite commemorative. That's only because it was the first one I learned about, and then I had found it like right after I learned about it for the exact price I was willing to pay for it. My favorite commemorative is the Texas. I agree. I think it looks cleaned 1,000 years ago. But if you're talking about the scratches in front of the mouth, that's actually a design flaw. They think a mint worker thought he was helping by putting scratches right here to make it look like he was blowing smoke. I swear to God. I learned that from Dr. G. I don't know if you've ever met or seen Dr. G on here. He's amazing information. He hasn't put up a new video in a very long time, but the dude was a wealth of knowledge and a very rich man. He did all the 1950 proof set grading unboxing, a 1952 proof set grading unboxing, a bunch of CC Morgans. Then he did a backstory on this coin. Where's my little baby at? Look at that. You can still see the baby playing with the thing inside the chick's arm, inside the cabin. Oh yeah, his channel name is literally Dr. G. Dr. space G. Capital D, little R, capital G. That's it. He does gold panning in the Yukon, where he is very successful at it. He doesn't do very many videos on that because, well, he's too busy being successful at it. And then he does high grade, high dollar amount PCGS coin unboxings. Like he was on a hunt to do uh, cameo Benjis, a full cameo 50 set, and a full cameo. He wanted a full cameo proof set from start to finish, from 36 up. And I think he's the first person I ever saw who got a 36 proof set. I want one bad. Yeah, great dude. And he's a cool dude. So if you've never heard of him, I would add to the list Rich Cali 21. All one word. I think you might have to capitalize the C in Cali, but Rich Cali 21. Old gentleman has roughly 1,600 pounds of uncirculated Lincoln rolls. I'll repeat that: 1,600 pounds of uncirculated bank wrapped wheat rolls and memorial rolls that he purchased from the bank in that year. Super fucking nice guy too. If I was on the other channel of mine, he would be the other person up here with me because he's the one who likes me. He comes and hangs out a lot. He's battling some health issues, but he's a great dude to fucking know. He also collects the wrappers and stuff. Like he has boxes of the old 1950s window wrappers for the cents that they were ingenious. There was a maker who created it to where it had a hole and a random spot on the wrap, and depending on how big around the coin was that you put inside, that's what depended on what the little hole would show up. So if you put something as big around as a $0.50, it would put the hole right at 50 cents. If you put something in as big as a nickel and wrapped it up, it would put the hole right at 5 cents, and so on and so forth. So it was a universal wrap that you could do for any cent from penny to fucking $0.50, and it would tell you the denomination when you were done rolling it. It was cool as fuck. It's cool as fuck. Yeah, so I do also sell coinage. So if you're ever interested, I don't hunt everything that I own. I like to leave some stuff for people. I ended up with a whole boatload of proof sets that I didn't want to sell all on eBay because I'm pretty sure I was owner number 2. I was hunting for accident hair. I didn't find one, but I did find one thing that made it all worth it. You go to bed, buddy. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did. I appreciate the company. It sure is nice. We'll let you go to bed on a sweet note. Deuces. Alrighty, alrighty. Halftime desk clean. Tis what we're doing at the moment. Because that has to happen. I got 2 messages. What's here? You. Let's see if anybody feels like showing up. Until then, we're taking a break. How about just come on, come on.